What's going on, my trainer club? Today we have the Armored Mewtwo come out, and you know what time it is. It's time for me to help you catch more Mewtwo's in Pokemon Go, because we are going to break down the 100% IV, but most importantly, we are going to do the excellent throw tutorial to make sure you hit excellent throws to increase your chances to catch more Armored Mewtwo. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody, and let me know in the comments below, are you psyched for Armored Mewtwo? Because I think he's pretty cool. He's not quite as beastly as the other Mewtwo, obviously. Armored Mewtwo is going to be out from July 10th all the way until July 31st, so make sure to take full advantage of this defensive and HP heavy Mewtwo version of his Pokemon. The one thing you also want to note, if you want to go into the full stat breakdown, you also want to see the counters and how to set up the best parties to make sure you can take it down, including how many people you need. Make sure to check out my raid counter guide up here. So before we get into this, I just wanted to take a note and give you the 100% IVs to make sure you know when you get a 100% IV or close to one of this Armored Mewtwo. So for level 20 100% IV, we are looking at 1821. The 100% for the Mewtwo at level 25, which is going to be boosted in only windy weather because he is psychic, it is going to be 2276. So in the other video, I said that it was 2732, which is actually not the case. I'm not sure what happened there, but this is the 100% IV, level 25, 2276, much lower, makes more sense because of where his CP is at. So those are the two 100% IVs that you have to look out for. But now we are going to get into how to hit excellent throws every single time to help you catch more Mewtwo's, because the more and better excellent curveball throws you can hit, the higher chance you have overall to be able to catch this Mewtwo. And every time it's separate, right? Every single time you throw it, it's only a separate. It's not an addition of chances to catch it, but you will have a higher chance each time you hit it, right? You have a 15% chance, 15% chance, 15% chance every single time. So if you have a lot of balls, you do it with best friends, you're raiding with a group of all your team, this is how you max out on catching Mewtwo every time. So the first step, as always, is to get down holding the ball. You want to hold the ball in the dock with your finger on the screen until you see the circle go from big to small. He is then going to do an attack, the circle will freeze, and then it will pick back up. The reason why I suggest doing this a couple times is just to get familiar with the Mewtwo attack, to kind of see how it looks, how long it disappears for, and when in your mind you think it is a good time to release the ball. The second thing is getting down on the distance. So the distance of how far the Mewtwo is from where you're at and how hard or fast you need to pick your finger up off the screen from the curveball and release it to be able to hit him perfectly. And then the timing is super crucial. So getting down that timing, that release, how far, how fast, and that release is going to be perfect for you. And then just doing this over and over again until the muscle memory is locked down. You know exactly how to hit these excellent curveball throws every single time, or great curveball throws, or whatever that is for you. Make sure to pick the circle size that is most comfortable for you. The great throw, the smaller great throw, the big excellent, or the small excellent, whatever one is best for you, you can hit almost every single time. That's what I suggest going with. That will do the best overall for you, because it's going to increase your averages and it's going to help you catch more Mewtwo. So now what we're going to do is we're going to break it down as we always do, with slow motions, fast motions, with the circles, the highlights, to make sure you know exactly how to hit this Mewtwo every single time. So let's do it right now.
Here we go, guys. So the first thing we do as always is hold down on the ball and let the circle go for a little bit of time. We want to see what his attacks look like. We want to see what his jumps look like. We want to see everything in between. So we are just noticing what's going on, how often he attacks, how often he jumps. See, when he does jump, the circle does not disappear, but when he attacks, the circle does disappear. So that is the key right here. So now we're going to check out everything else we need to do after we check out one more round, so you guys can get familiar with what is happening with this Mewtwo and his attacks, right? So we want to check out the attack. Notice how long the circle disappears. So there it goes. Here's the attack. He puts his arm down. So it's about 1.5 seconds if you're counting like 1/1000 to 1000 before you were going to release the ball. And notice when he does it again, the circle will disappear again. But the circle does pop up in between them, because that is the key. So here is about the biggest great throw that you can get. Anything bigger than this will be a nice throw. So if you want to do great throws, that is where you're going to go. So he's going to jump, right? Notice the jump, the circle does not disappear. It still remains up on his screen, and the ball will still continue. So here is going to be another attack. Notice how long he disappears for, right? And then it pops back up. And then we have the smallest great throw that we can get is about right here. So a smaller great throw will give you better chances than a bigger great throw. Here we have the biggest excellent throw approximately. And then if we shrink it down, we can shrink it down quite a bit to a very, very small excellent throw, which will give you the best chances to be able to catch Mewtwo. However, it's very difficult to hit on a consistent basis, so I do not encourage you to do that. So one more time, checking out his jumps, right? The circle is still there. Notice how it's still resizing. So if you happen to pick the ball up when he is jumping, you will then be having your circle resize as you throw it. He can't attack in the middle of his jump, but right when he comes down, he can attack. So that's something you have to take into account. The next we are going to check out is the excellent throw. So we're going to start breaking this down as far as slow motions to be able to help you guys understand what's going on. So we have the attack. He swipes across the screen, then you pick it up. Notice when you pick it up, you now have to circle the ball. Wait a second, because look, the circle is still not popped up when he's sitting there. So ideally you're releasing before that circle pops up. If you happen to release afterwards, the circle will start to resize and that excellent throw will not hold for you. So it will not look like you are throwing an excellent throw. The circle will resize and it'll appear like it's not working. However, that was just mistiming. So here we go on these circles. So then there's the up, the down, the up, the down. We're going to slow this down so you can see exactly where I'm at, exactly where I'm releasing it. He's about medium far, I would say, in distance wise. So he is not quite as far as the Kyogre. He's not quite as close as the Groudon. He's in between the Raikou and the Kyogre distance wise. So we're going to check it out right here. We're going to start pausing this so you guys can see where the circle is. I just want to let you guys know that you don't have to do it exactly like this. You can have a different circle. That doesn't matter. It's all about the release point. So here's my first up circle. This is about where his Mewtwo, I kind of recognize that Mewtwo is doing the attack, so I pick the ball up. Notice in the background, he is just about to finish up his attack and put his arm down, and he stands directly at you as if he isn't attacking, but his circle still has not popped up yet. So here we go. We are going to be circling back to the down right now. The Mewtwo is completely stationary. Like I said, it is approximately 1.5 seconds before you have to throw that ball, and it's really all about the timing because nothing about the Pokemon is indicating when you need to throw the ball like a lot of the other legendaries, which makes the Mewtwo a little bit difficult to kind of time it up. But you'll get used to it as you do it more and more because we have a decent amount of time to be able to master this. So here it is. This is the release point right here. Notice where he's at. He's still sitting in the same position. He hasn't moved at all, but his circle has not appeared. So if you have done this and his circle does appear just like that, that would mean that you held onto the ball for a little bit too long. But ideally, we would throw just a tad bit sooner than what I just showed you. That was approximately 2 seconds of a hold, when ideally we would be having approximately 1.5 seconds in between. So there it is, full speed, right? So that's pretty quick when you actually get that throwdown. We're really slowing this down. So here we go. We are not going to pause it. I'm going to show you exactly where I would prefer you to release it. Here we go, down, up, down, up. That would be the release point right there. We don't need to go around for this other time. It really kind of almost puts us in a vulnerable position because if he did do a second attack, he would be able to bat my ball away because if you notice, right when I release it, that circle pops up. So that's not the ideal thing. We want the ball to almost be hitting him in the face right as that circle pops up. So we're going to check this out. Both of these screens are going to be what we want to look at. So here we go. The right one is going to be a better timed. The left one is going to be a slower timed. So here we go. Release on the right. Boom. And then look at the left. Release on the left. So that circle and ball are way closer on the right one. And just that little bit of a difference is really going to make the big difference as far as when he is able to do that second attack. If he bats our ball away, and even on that right one, we got a little bit slow of an attack. The left one, I just happened to circle a couple more times, and I held onto the ball just a little bit too long. So there it is. Just that little difference can really make the difference if you hit every ball, or if sometimes your ball gets batted away with an attack, which would then mean how many Mewtwo's you actually catch. So we hit that Mewtwo, we're going to check it out. We have that 1 shake, we have that 2 shake, and we have that 3 shake to catch that Mewtwo. So there it is.
All right, guys, so that is it. Make sure to take your time, make sure to go into detail, make sure to have the muscle memory down, make sure to have the throw down, make sure to know how far he is, make sure to study the attack over and over. The more you can do, the better you're gonna get. We have a decent amount of time to do this, to be able to get this Mewtwo, so definitely keep after it. And then we're gonna check out right now, before we go, do excellent curveball throws actually make a difference in your catch percentage to be able to catch more? So let's check out this graphic right now.
So here it is, guys. Check this out. I haven't done this before. So if we start at the very top with a normal throw, nothing onto it, it is a 2.17%. If we then add a berry, a raspberry, and let's say we were to do a great throw with a curveball, we now have 8%. However, if you notice, the top left is going to be the least percentage chance of catching it. All the way to the bottom right is going to be the most chance. So the ultimate thing you can possibly do, that's why I teach you these excellent throws, is golden raspberry, curveball, excellent throw, because it's going to make the biggest difference. It's going to go from a top left 2.17% all the way to the bottom right of a 15.85%, almost 16%, which is absolutely mind-blowing, the difference, because you do this every single time. I'm telling you, you guys think like, oh, I caught it on a bunk throw, like, but all the bunk throws you're not always going to catch it on. That could have just been like a glitch that like, hey, I didn't hit it, but I had a golden raspberry, right? I threw a curveball, so I'm at 8.9%. That's pretty good compared to doing nothing with no berry at a 2.17%. So just with the golden raspberry and only a curveball, you're getting an 8.9%. But if you increase it and you add that extra 6%, which I would obviously recommend because that's why I make these videos, but if you do a raspberry with a curveball and an excellent throw, you are going to be at a 10%, but look at this, golden raspberry with a great throw. This is why I recommend great throws are better than not hitting any excellent throws, because now you're at a 13% chance. It's only a 2% differential. And even if you just do a nice throw with a curveball and a golden raspberry, you're at 10%, which is higher than using a regular raspberry with an excellent throw. So it is absolutely crucial that golden raspberry and even hitting just a nice throw or a great throw or an excellent throw with that curveball. That's why if you want to check out how to throw a curveball video, you don't know how to do it, it really significantly helps out your chances. If you notice here, it's over a 50% increase when you are using that curveball.
All right, guys, so that does it. I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of the Trainer Club. Thank you for sharing my videos. Thank you for subscribing, encouraging people to be part of the Trainer Club so that they can be better trainers as well. And of course, thank you to my Patreon fans who take their subscriptions and their support to the next level. I appreciate all you guys, and I'll see you out on that next video. Peace.
Thank you so much for everybody who supports at Patreon. We super appreciate you guys, really appreciate your support, and I absolutely am so thankful that I am able to continue to create content for you all, and I appreciate you guys making this possible for me. Thank you so much.